Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In the previous video, we saw how to configure CodeCompanion plugin to use any AI model as our AI coding assistant. And I configured Gemini as my AI coding assistant. In today's video, I will show you guys how we can use agent mode using the CodeCompanion plugin. So let's start. Okay, so first let me show you guys the CodeCompanion website. I think in the last video also we saw this all this configuration and all. Now to use the agent mode, we need to configure the ACP adapter. So if you see here, there are two types of adapters in CodeCompanion. HTTP adapters which connect you to an LLM and ACP adapters which leverage the agent client protocol to connect you to an agent. Okay. So now let me share my screen, my configuration. So if you see here, okay, if you see here, this is using the LLM model adapter. So this was the configuration that we had last time. And now we will add this as our coding assistant. And you can see here in the example, it has configured the Gemini CLI. Okay, so let me go to my Neovim configuration. Let me start it. And this is my CodeCompanion configuration. Okay, so you can see here, I have configured this. Okay, and I am using CCD adapters here, HTTP Gemini. So I'm using Gemini as my coding assistant here, and this is just it will act as a AI chatbot inside the Neovim. So if I open my chat box, let me open it. So this is the chat box for my Gemini. Okay, and if I press on GA, it will show you all the models that we can configure. Currently, I have configured only Gemini. Okay, and Gemini CLI, I have configured it as a agent mode. So you can see here the default is Gemini. Okay, let me search, and I have Gemini and Gemini CLI. Okay, so default is Gemini, and I can change it to Gemini CLI. So let me close this. Yeah. So you can see here I have configured my LLM model Gemini as my HTTP adapter, and as my ACP adapter I am using Gemini CLI. Also, I have added the my Gemini API key as my environment variable. Now my default is Gemini. You can see here this is the chat. So there are some other configuration. I'm using Blink as my plugin to do the code completion and all. Okay, I have configured some shortcuts. So if you see here to choose the buffer files from the buffer, I have you configured Control B. To use fetch, I have Control F. To use search for a file, I have Control P. Okay. These are chat CLI, inline Gemini, some configuration with respect to the chat box. And I have these configuration as other keys, like to open the chat, I can use leader A. Control A is going to open the CodeCompanion action. So it is so Control A opens the CodeCompanion actions. Okay, so this is my configuration. Now let me show you guys how to use this agent mode in a project. So let me open a simple project. So you can see that I've created a simple project. Okay. So we just update my plugins. Yeah, so you can see here I have a simple file main.py, and I'm using a fast API to create these APIs. Okay, so let me open my chat box first. Now, what I will do is I will change my model from Gemini to Gemini CLI. Let's keep it as default. If I show you my adapter, which is selected right now, that is Gemini CLI. Okay, so let me first choose this file and asks Gemini CLI to explain this. Okay, so I have asked my agent to explain me this code. This is a simple web application built with the fast API framework. So line by line, it is explaining what I have, what is the code that is written inside this file. So we have two get APIs. Okay, get slash reads returns hello fast API, and then we have just an item get API which returns whatever item we pass. Now suppose I want to add another API to it. So what I will do, I will just say I want to add a slash help API to return the status of my app. Okay, so now I'm asking uh, the agent, the Gemini CLI agent, to uh, implement a health API. So you can see here, it has opened a pop-up and it has added a health API. So slash health, and it is telling us to, it is returning a status okay. Now it is giving us option, which is here. You can see here, allow always is G1, allow once is G2, reject once G3, and close is Q. So I will just do allow once right now, G2. So you can see here, the agent has added the health code here, and it has provided me that I can run this command to run this code or this application. So let me copy this, okay, and let me go here. Yeah, so let me run this application. UV on main app reload. So it has started the application. The application is running on 8000 port. Okay. Let me just open this. Let me first run this. So you can see here, the slash was our hello fast API, right? Slash is going to return hello fast API. So it is returning hello fast API. Then we have these two APIs. Right? So let me add here. Just docs. Yeah. So you can see here, it has added the health API. So let me execute this API. So you can see here, it has returned the status okay. And if I try this item ID 3, it is returning the item ID 123. Okay. Now suppose I want to write some test case for this. So write a test case for this using PyTest. Let me just hide my video. You can see here it has created one file, test main.py, and it is requested me to add this. So let me um, do allow once G. So if you see here, it has added a file test main.py. Okay. And in the requirement.txt, it is asking me to add these dependencies or packages. So I will do G2 to allow it once. It is telling me to run this. Let me run this. I think it has installed this package. Okay, it actually also tested this code. You can see here, okay, PyTest and H1 are not in your requirement.txt. I will add them now. So the agent added these two uh, packages or dependencies inside the requirements.txt. After that, it installed it using the command, pip install command to update your environment with PyTest. Okay. And after that, successfully installed. Now that the dependency, I will run the test. So it has started the test case to run it. So you can see here, it is also able to write test cases and create file inside our IDE. So this is all for using agent mode inside a CodeCompanion. Okay. Other than that, let me think if I have configured inside my yeah, that's it. So you just need to add an ACP inside ACP adapter, okay, inside your adapters section. So your options, inside options, there will be adapters, and you can have HTTP to use a normal LLM as your coding assistant, and you can add the ACP as your uh, agent context protocol. So you can add any agent, like I am using Gemini CLI. You can use Cloud Code and other agent as well. So whatever you are going to configure, that you can use. So that's all for today's video, and thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.